in 2019, Facebook used to do roughly 6 times the revenues of Amazon. 5 years later, Facebook today does 3 times the ad revenues of Amazon. It just tells you that this industry is here to stay, and this industry is growing as rapid as traffic in Bangalore. It's fairly easy when it comes to a duopoly market, considering I've been in Swiggy for this long. And especially in India, where a duopoly market, this becomes relatively simple in terms of defining success. But see, as an industry, ads monetization has evolved over the years. And success for me would be where an advertiser, which is a restaurant in our case, consumer who is actually on the app transacting day in and day out, and us who is making revenue. So from a success standpoint, is going to be customer does not get influenced by the ads that are running on the app, and that would mean that the ads should aid the conversion on the platform. And restaurants, who are the advertiser in our case, should benefit from the ads that they do and the growth that they get. And as a platform, we should be seeing increasing trends of revenue that we get. We do a lot of checks and balances on this. So every single product that goes through a GTM process has to mandatorily go through an XP. Now that XP comprises of multiple things, right? So when we are running an XP, that means that we are looking at an app, at a user experience from multiple directions, right? So any kind of an experiment which leads to damaging a conversion on the platform is something that largely we don't go ahead with the product, because that will not aid the conversion on the platform. So we do multiple checks. No product on Swiggy goes live without the XPs in place. As a company, we already do that, because a lot of national brands in the country, including Domino's, McDonald's and Burger Kings of the world, we do sign up joint business plans with them where they agree to spend X percentage of their business on our platform, and in exchange we promise them Y number of inventory, etc. over the course of time. So these partnerships are currently happening today, and they keep evolving as we build more products. Right? For example, our recent product was on search, and the partnership was that can we build a category on certain food elements, a particular category like pizza, how can we build it specifically on search for a particular brand in the country. So all these partnerships today exist. It is just about these partnerships evolving from today to future. In 2019, Facebook used to do roughly 6 times the revenues of Amazon. 5 years later, Facebook today does 3 times the ad revenues of Amazon. It just tells you that this industry is here to stay, and this industry is growing as rapid as traffic in Bangalore. Right? So it is here to stay for sure. If you look at the last financial year, Flipkart did a 40% growth on their ads monetization revenues, which means that it is promising. I think what will define a larger future for this category is going to be, can we keep the advertisers happy in terms of the growth that an advertiser sees while advertising on the platform? Can we keep the customer happy in terms of advertising not disturbing the entire conversion on the platform? And as a recipient, can the brand also make revenue out of it, right? So if you see, a lot of brands keep the advertising, keep the brand which is advertising very, very similar to their organic listing. So the inorganic and organic listing is kind of same, which means that they want to aid conversion and not let the advertiser disincentivize from this entire program. So I think yes and no both for me, because if you look at a lot of factors, a lot of external factors also will have to play a role in deciding the success of super apps. For example, in my opinion, Indians have had the privilege of enjoying great 5G network at one of the cheapest prices in the world. And with that, Indians have had the luxury of downloading and uninstalling as many apps as possible, because of the sheer price at which mobile data is sold in India. With that, Indians would continue to do it, and hence super apps will become a challenge from that point of view. If you look at it, is China where this super apps kind of evolved, and you will see that Alibabas of the world, Paytms of the world took inspiration from Alibabas of the world, and that's where one of the India's biggest super app was formed in the form of Paytm, right? But whether it's a success already, I think time will tell about it. As consumers, why they love super apps is the sheer convenience that a super app brings, because you just have to go to one app and get your work done. Today, banking partners, I was just hearing SBI chairman saying that YONO app of SBI is also a super app. Now, where they have a marketplace, they have a banking in there, but time would only tell whether these kind of super apps, who have probably the kind of UX and UI of a banking plus a marketplace versus a Paytm versus Swiggy, whether they end up making great friends with consumers or not. At the moment, I'll probably have a yes and a no, both.